Hello, Chartwig League. If you don't know me, I'm Rasha. I'm from Seattle. I am a guest in the Chartwig League that is based in Connecticut. So pretty much everybody knows each other except for me and Azoth, who are both guests from Chartwig's Lake Stevens Battle Association Draft League. He's in at least 3 this year, so he's just recruiting everybody to fill in all his missing spots. I'm going to be watching all 5 of the videos for this week. They are organized from shortest to longest. So this year for Chartwig League Season 6, we're doing monotype. Everyone got randomly assigned a monotype, and they had the option to trade it. We did not all choose our monotype. And this is pretty interesting. We get to know in advance what types the other Pokemon is going to have. It's going to be a little easier than a regular draft league, and we're going to see a lot more creative sets because you have fewer Pokemon to work with than ordinarily. First, we have our guy Azoth, who I know the best. And for everyone else, I have to reference this sheet to see who's who. I mean, it's easy with me. I make my Showdown username my name. I make my Discord name my name. So you don't have to remember as much. And so first up, we have Azoth versus Pratham. It's Bug versus Normal. He's voluntarily using a mono bug team in the other one, and somehow he made it in the playoffs regardless. And so we have a pretty threatening team. We have Terapagos and Ursaluna, who are some of the biggest threats, and somebody's randomly going to be a ghost type. You're not going to know, so you can't spam fighting type moves. And we know for sure this is a Zoroark because Terapagos always Terra shifts. So it's not the ideal Pokemon to use. Cleavor always has to Stone Axe. That's its job. It wants that rock as soon as possible. And then it can kind of spam close combat for the most part. But it dies to a Rock Slide. This is not a Guts Ursaluna. This appears to be a possibly bulletproof Ursaluna, because it doesn't have Flame Orb. And it probably doesn't even need Flame Orb. It can probably KO everything it wants to just with Rock Slide, because they're bugs. They're pretty weak. And we know that's a Zoroark, because he didn't Terra. This was not a planned Darkest Lariat. He was possibly expecting a Swords Dance? Or maybe he anticipated the switch into a ghost type to avoid the fighting type move. And he's getting a beast boost, so every time he KOs something's going down. And we now see that Buzzwole outsped. It was very clever of him to use Rock Tomb just in case he switched out, and then he would be even faster. He would be faster than whatever he switched into. And this is a Heavy Boots Terapagos so that he can preserve his Terra Shell. That's pretty clever. And he rapid spins away the Terra Shell, or the rocks. He was not expecting to have to use Rock Tomb that turn. But if he had used Rock Tomb, he might have had a chance. Here we go, they both Toxic. He says, no, you. And then their hit points go down at the exact same time. I like that little animation. And here's where it gets tough. He goes for Swords Dance. And if he had done the damage calc, he probably would have done another Swords Dance, but it's fine. He makes it through. Everything dies to Bullet Punch after a single Swords Dance anyway. He outslows the Terapagos on this Trick Room team. And one final Bullet Punch does it. Very nice. Good game, Azoth and Pratham. Next we have